How to change the direction of your life forever. Understanding whether you truly have control over your life is pivotal. Take a look at your surroundings, your job, income, relationships, and daily habits. Have these been chosen thoughtfully? Many people lead lives mapped out for them decades ago. The reality is that a lot of individuals go through a preordained existence, following imposed paths and repeating incomprehensible patterns, which can be dangerous. Have you ever considered why certain situations in your life keep recurring, no matter how hard you try to change them? You might change jobs or even locations, but internally, everything remains the same. Feelings of anxiety, emptiness, financial constraints, and fear of failure persist. Have you tried to find out why? The answer lies in a topic rarely discussed but always present: paradigms. Paradigms might sound technical, yet they have a deeper impact on your daily functions than you realize. Paradigms encompass the beliefs, behaviors, customs, and habits acquired from predecessors that have never been questioned. These are the thoughts passed down through generations that unconsciously shape your perceptions, emotions, and actions. Did you consciously choose your beliefs about money, love, and success? They were likely ingrained in you during childhood. Hearing phrases like, "money doesn't grow on trees," "the poor remain poor," or "life is hard, it's not for people like us," repeatedly during childhood leaves a lasting impact. Such phrases can solidify and create obstacles, leading your subconscious to reject your desires for wealth, success, or freedom. I experienced a similar situation. I was earning a mere $4,000 annually while being $6,000 in debt. This seemed normal to me, a logical state of being. I witnessed others around me lamenting their debts and misfortunes, and I found myself trapped in this cycle, blaming my job and the system. However, the real issue was my paradigms taught small, focused on debt, and consequently attracted more of it. My attention on scarcity prevented me from seeing opportunities. Recognizing this can be painful, as it signifies that the limitations, disappointments, and fears in your life are often based on unchosen, recurring patterns. While it's difficult, it's liberating too, because if a paradigm can be learned, it can also be reprogrammed. This process begins with awareness. Observe your patterns and the thoughts that arise automatically. What is your reaction to conversations about money? Do you feel pressure in your chest, anxiety, guilt, or anger? These emotions aren't accidental, they reflect outdated paradigms. If you stay in this automated cycle, your life will continue to revolve with the same old story. How many new courses have you taken? How many businesses have you started, changed fields, only to return to the same old spot? This tendency to revert isn't a result of some cosmic force, it's your paradigms pulling you back to familiarity. No matter how uncomfortable it might be, how long will you accept a life you didn't choose? How long will you follow a script written by others in another time, with a different mindset? You don't have to live like this. You can write your own story, but this requires courage, the courage to challenge your thoughts, question your beliefs, and reprogram your mind. Here's a simple exercise. For 7 days, pay close attention to your automatic behaviors. Notice how you wake up, what you eat, how you react to problems, how you talk about money, and how you talk about yourself. Note your reactions and ask, did this thought come from me, or was it programmed into me? Most of the answers will surprise you. This exercise is not just about self-awareness, it's about regaining control. Your life could be limited by old beliefs, but by identifying patterns, you can start to change them. I am a living example of this. I changed my life not by luck but by rewriting the paradigms that determined my fate. If I can do it, so can you. The key has always been in your hands. I was sitting in an office in London, seemingly financially successful, yet I had a nagging question: what happened? I was making over $1 million a year yet had recently gone bankrupt, drowning in debt without purpose. The answer was simple and powerful. I changed the programming of my mind. Many people find change difficult, lengthy, or impossible. They think, it's not for me, my life has always been this way. This mindset is a symptom of a hidden mental program making decisions for them subconsciously. It's akin to a scratched record that keeps playing the same part over and over again. Millions change their settings, but they continue to repeat the same patterns. What transformed my life was understanding that I didn't need to struggle against the old reality. I just needed to create a new one. Stop trying to fix what isn't working. Let go of resisting the past. Invest your energy in identifying, envisioning, and creating a new model of abundance. Becoming rich, free, or successful isn't just about different actions, it's about becoming a different person from the inside out. It starts with your self-identity. Many people feel unworthy, incapable, lacking resources, time, or luck. But this is part of the old programming. If you don't change it, any external effort will be temporary. There may be improvements, but without changing paradigms, you'll return to the original state like a rubber band snapping back. By embracing a new mental model, deciding to become a new person, and adopting new patterns, real change occurs. This isn't magic, it's science. Neuroscience reveals the brain's plasticity, its ability to reorganize itself. Every repeated thought, every sustained emotion, every consciously regulated action creates new neural connections. These connections become habits, forming your new reality. However, the old you will resist change, reminding you of your failures, instilling doubt, and using voices from your family and friends who may have claimed you're incapable. The old patterns will try to convince you to remain as you are, even if that means unhappiness. At some point, you need to make a decisive commitment to change. You need to work from the basis of your new programming. Results will follow from this new way of operating, not from a place of lack or need, but from embodying the changes you wish to see. A small shift in attitude can change how people respond to you, how opportunities present themselves. This is not coincidence, it's harmony. You will attract different experiences, a resonant reality. But this takes effort. Changing paradigms is not a one-time event, it requires repeated action, intention, and discipline. Can you accept the role of this new version of yourself? You must become the person you wish to be before the results show. That's how this works. Believe it, and then you'll see it. Your life is like a road. If you follow the same map, you'll reach the same destinations. Change the map, set a new mental GPS, establish new coordinates, and drive with intention to achieve destinations you never thought possible. You can live a life that reflects your desires, but you must recognize that it's a reflection of your internal state. Changing your inner programming changes the trajectory, and your life shifts accordingly. No one is condemned to repeat the past unless they choose to do so. Choose to reprogram, decide, and transform, because everything begins from there. There's a silent truth many never discover. The universe responds not to wishes or requests but to your current state of being. This may seem shocking, given that we've been taught that physical effort and hard work determine results. However, things are not that straightforward. What pulls experiences toward you is the frequency of energy emitted by your thoughts, emotions, and state of consciousness. When you're anxious, worried about money, you draw in further negativity. The universe is merely reflecting back your energetic resonance. It doesn't decide for you, it simply responds. The universe's laws are consistent. We can send spaceships to the moon because of this stability. If the laws were random, this would be impossible. We use these laws in engineering, and we can apply them to create extraordinary lives. Yet, many choose to overlook this. They perpetuate fear, doubt, and blame, attempting to change through logic and effort. These emotions generate a frequency that attracts further negative experiences. This is a cycle. By correlating the principles of the mind with the laws of the universe, I've come to understand that everything is energy, and this energy operates based on laws rather than desires. And no matter how much you want something, if your body, mind, and energetic state contradict one another, you'll see no result. They may temporarily appear but will quickly fade because they are not harmonized. Neuroscience has proven that thoughts generate electrical impulses in the brain, triggering neural networks that release neurotransmitters and create emotions. Thoughts lead to emotions. Emotions create an energetic state that shapes your current reality. This isn't philosophy, it's science. If you dwell on debt, fears, and disappointments, your body perceives these truths as reality and resonates at that frequency, attracting experiences validating those inner feelings. Conversely, if you consciously decide to think about abundance, gratitude, and success, however untrue it may seem to you, your body will perceive it as reality too, and the universe will respond accordingly. You are not attracting what you want, you are attracting who you are. And who you are is determined by how you consistently feel. What you speak matters less than how you resonate. Your resonance is a composite of what you think, feel, and do daily. However, an important caveat exists. Merely thinking positively without changing paradigms is akin to sprinkling perfume over garbage, temporarily masking it without addressing the root issue. Transform the foundation, clear the emotional debris, and reprogram your mind to maintain new inner images, new truths, and new emotions. This process requires effort. Quantum physics discusses the collapse of the wave function, indicating that reality only manifests when it is observed. What you maintain with intention and attention becomes real. You possess immense power, but it only works when your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are in harmony. Many desire change but resonate with doubt. They want abundance while believing it won't work for them. They seek love but wait for reactions from others. The universe responds to true energetic vibrations, not to superficial intentions. Take responsibility. Stop blaming external factors or childhood experiences. As long as you relinquish power to the outside world, you'll continue to resonate with helplessness, attracting more reasons to feel powerless. Everything shifts when you regain control. Everything changes. This internal shift initiates a new reality. Your perception of what is possible changes. You begin to see opportunities where problems once appeared. You feel confidence where you previously experienced fear. You act in ways that once seemed impossible. The universe will move with you. You'll meet new people, new ideas will flow to you, and you'll find yourself in unexpected places. But nothing starts from the outside, it all begins from within, stemming from your current resonance, your thoughts, and your consciousness. What resonance are you sending out to the universe? The answers and changes all originate from the same place. You can read all the best books, watch all the inspiring talks, and write down your goals, but without the discipline to put what you know into action, nothing will change. Change does not occur when you understand. It happens when you act persistently. I lived this truth. I achieved results and was making good money, helping others. Yet, internally, I still felt pressure, as if waiting for permission to be of help. One day, after a speech, I found myself alone in a hotel, looking in the mirror, and I asked, "Are you ready to live the way you speak? Am I bound by limitations, or is it just for show?" This question profoundly impacted me. I realized that at times, I was just acting, not for others, but for myself. I spoke of change, yet I consistently repeated old patterns. I wanted to grow but kept hiding behind distractions. Then I made a decision. I would command myself to act without excuses. This trait is rare among most people. They are informed yet inactive. They know what to do but don't do it. They yearn to feel courage, hope, and motivation. Motivation does not lead to action. Action produces motivation. It comes after practicing and moving toward desire. If you want to change your life, stop waiting for signs. Command yourself and act with military precision. Discipline is the art of trusting yourself more than you trust your circumstances. Initially, this will be uncomfortable. The old self will scream for comfort. It will ask for more sleep, for you to postpone actions. It'll claim that there's no harm in doing it later, but therein lies the graveyard of dreams. What truly hurts is not failing but realizing you've deceived yourself, that you knew what needed to be done but failed to act upon it, betraying the promise of a new life in favor of the old. This silent pain diminishes your confidence, energy, and self-identity. However, on the other side lies something extraordinary. By complying with your own commands, you build strength. You walk with conviction, you speak confidently, and you think clearly. Your mind recognizes, I keep my promises, and that changes everything. Whether it's adopting a new habit, breaking cycles, finishing plans, switching careers, or taking care of your body, what matters is not the volume of your actions but the commitment behind them. Declare, I will do this. Nothing will stop me. In good and bad days, maintain that resolve. The results pertain not to your future but to the identity you claim. This discipline continues to exist. Observe those you admire who have truly changed their lives. They weren't the most talented or the luckiest. They were the most disciplined. Listen to that inner voice urging you to take action now. Leave behind hesitance and fear of failure. Are you ready to embrace your potential? Because I assure you, if today and every day after, you give yourself a command without exceptions or excuses, your life's trajectory will change forever. You will become a person who shapes their destiny, turning dreams into reality. There will be no need to seek permission to live your desired life. You will simply live it, because ultimately, you will be the person who keeps their promises, and that is the greatest power of all. You are not bound by your current path. You have the power to change your narrative, regain control, and carve a new route that aligns with your true self and deepest desires. That if a spark is ignited within you, do not hesitate. Push forward. The next video on your screen is your next step, where you will advance along your path of self-development, expand your understanding and become 1% better than you were today. Thank you for your presence, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.